Hollywood and the Times. Explain what you mean by that.
That's
for Graham, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Clint's 86 years old, lived in Hollywood, and kissing ass is, it's the currency of the realm. Everybody in Hollywood kisses ass except people with a tremendous amount of integrity. He being one, Warren Beatty, Tommy Lee Jones, Morgan Freeman, people from the left and the right. Some people have integrity. Clint Eastwood is one of them. And I love the popping you guys are doing with this corn over reading in some kind of racist thing about it. I think that's it's dim-witted and slanderous.
How is it being overrated and racist? Explain that.
What didn't somebody just say what Clint was saying was racist? Did I not hear that?
But I want you to explain how it's being racist by pointing that out.
Okay, well, to the extent that all that is political correctness, Clint Eastwood kind of transcends political correctness as far as I'm concerned. And, I was working with him in San Quentin prison. We were doing a movie. And we had heavy guard rounds, a lot of guards. And right before lunch, they all took off. And Clint led the crew and the cast through the yard. There were 800 prisoners in that yard. And they were black, they were white, they were Hispanic, Asian, whatever God has ever made, the visage of man was in that yard. It was utterly silent. That man walked into the middle of that crowd, and everybody suddenly burst into applause, and they were cheering him. Why? Because he's the masculine ideal. He's the guy who tells it like it is.
Okay, so Graham, but what does that have to do with the question? Okay, well, maybe
the post-colonial victim shit. I don't get it. Sorry,
Charles.
No, you don't ask me to answer that. I don't know what this man is talking about. I mean, these are Clint's own words, right? We have the our sitting right here. These are his words.
Everyone's been rendered speechless.
He said them. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
But he said these words. I let you talk and rambled on whatever you were saying. Now it's my turn.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I do that all the time. And Clint said in his own words that the things that Trump are saying now, some people call racist, and that Clint says in his own words that when he said similar things when he was young, it wasn't called racist. That's what he says. And then he says later in the piece that people should just get over it. Those are his words. Those are not mine. Those are not the people at Esquire. Clint Eastwood said those words.
So I'm trying to figure out, though, Graham, what is being, overly masculine or being masculine? What does that have to do with racism, and what's the connection? I don't get it.
I read that entire article on the subject of race. I didn't particularly enter in as a feature or a fabric of it. And I don't know, Charles, how many black soldiers spent the winter with George Washington at Valley Forge?
I don't think that you're the interviewer. I think Don is. You want to say something?
What?
Say it. Otherwise, don't ask me questions because I'm not answering them. You're not going to ask the interviewer. I don't know who you are, where you came from, what gives you the authority to ask me any questions. It's not going to happen. If you want to ask a question, ask it to Don. He's the host of this show. If Don wants to ask me a question, he can ask it directly to me.
What I'm trying to get to,
like
stand by. What is your point? What are you trying to get to with, what's your point here without asking questions? What's your point?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. This whole subject of race and around the election, that's one issue. Clint Eastwood, in the context of this article, is quite something else. That was a feature of it, that was a part of it, certainly. But that wasn't the substance of it. Why is it, and I always judge people on would they have spent the winter with Washington, anybody who's running for president. Nobody lately has had that quality particularly. Why is it that they had to ask Trump about women at the top and not find out what the body of his knowledge was? How many black soldiers spent the winter with Washington at Valley Forge? It's a perfectly legitimate question. The answer is 700.
Okay.
Period.
Anyway, so let's get back to the article. So Clinton also brought up the anger over Trump's comments about Judge Curiel. Here's what he said. He said, he's a racist now because he's talked about this judge. And yeah, it's a dumb thing to say. I mean, to predicate your opinion on the fact that the guy was born to Mexican parents or something, he said a lot of dumb things. So have all of them, both sides. But everybody, the press and everybody's going on, he's, that's racist. And they're making a big hoodoo out of it. Just bleep and get over it. It's a sad time in history, which, okay, we'll get to that when we come back. We'll be right back.